There was an experiment that was done in the 1980s in the desert called the Biodome. It was an exercise to create the perfect living environment for human beings, plants, and animal life. A huge glass dome was constructed, and an artificial controlled environment was created with purified air and water, filtered light, and so on, offering what they thought was the perfect growing conditions for trees, fruits, vegetables, and human beings. People lived in the biodome for many months at a time, and it was wonderful because everything seemed to do well, with one exception. When the trees that were planted grew to be a certain height, they would simply topple over. It baffled the scientists for the longest time, until one day they realized the one natural element they forgot to recreate in the biodome: wind. Trees need wind to blow against them, which in turn causes their root systems to grow deeper into the soil, which in turn supports the trees as it grows taller. What a great lesson we can take from the biodome experiment. Who among us doesn't long for a perfect growing environment with no disruptions from outside influences? We strive to avoid the times of contrast and tension, those times when the challenges of daily life push against us. When they do, the normal tendency is to curse them. If the trees could talk, I wonder if we would hear them curse the wind each time they encountered a storm. I somehow doubt it very much. More likely, I believe, we would hear them thank the wind for assisting them in deepening their root systems, enabling them to grow stronger and taller. That is nature's wisdom at work. We can learn a great deal from the nature of a tree if we are open to the lesson. Watch how a tree bends and sways gracefully when the wind blows against it. It does not stand rigid, resisting the flow of energy. It doesn't push back. The tree accepts the strong wind as a blessing that helps it grow. Like a tree, we too need the contrast of the winds of life pushing against us. In those times, we need to remember that infinite intelligence is the soil, the essential foundation upon which we grow our lives. Then we can view the challenges in our lives as blessings, brochas. It is that contrast that develops our character and deepens our spiritual roots in the rich soil of being. We're not saying ask for challenges. They happen in life regardless. But at the end of the day, it is your perspective and response to those challenges that determine your ability for growth. So be flexible, bend and sway with the wind, grow deep, and you will stand tall. That is the message of a tree. As a mindfulness practice, consider the following. Take a look at your challenges, those times of contrast you may currently have blowing at gale force winds in your life. And instead of pushing back, give thanks for them. See them as the wind and see yourself as a tree. Then turn to the source and deepen your roots into the truth of who you really are. Those are the times when our taproots draw its life force from the Creator, from Hashem. There is no such thing as a perfect life. Sometimes I think we wish there were. But if there were, just like the biodome, we could not survive in it. So be thankful that we do have challenges in life, because those challenges help us to grow our roots and help us to grow tall.